Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Region. Ravi, region. మీకు రావాలి ఎందుకని యాక్సెప్ట్ చేశాను నాకు రిక్వెస్ట్ లేదు మళ్ళీ రీజన్ అయినా రావట్లేదా వస్తుంది ఏదో వీడియో ఎంతమందికి అలా వస్తున్నాయి మీ బ్యాచ్ వాళ్ళకి అలా వస్తుందా మళ్ళీ షేర్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాను మీకు ఈ సెకండ్ లింక్లో జాయిన్ అవ్వండి Good morning, everyone. I give the summary what we discussed in the last few sessions. What are the aspects we discussed in the last few sessions? Last session we started about operators. We discussed about few of the operators which are like arithmetic operators, and we discussed about assignment operators, and we discussed about relational or comparison operators. And next we discussed about logical operators. We discussed about ternary operators, and we discussed about new operator, and we discussed about dot operator. Dot operator. And today let's start with unary operators. Unary operators. Unary operators. Unary operators. So today we can start with unary operators. So easy concept. Unary operators. So in the unary operator, we use two symbols. One is the plus plus operator, and second one is the minus minus operator. What does it mean by plus plus operator? Meaning increment by 1, increment by 1. And what does it mean by minus minus operator meaning? Minus minus operator meaning decrement by 1. Decrement by 1. Okay. So based on these two symbols, I will show you a simple program and we can go ahead with one by one. So gradually we will get the clarity on that. Okay. Simply here I am taking one new file, Java file, which I mentioned like as the Unary operator. I am creating one text document and then I can rename into Unary Unary.java. Okay, and this is the file and the basic skeleton I am taking. Class name is Unary and from here to here this is the scope of the class, and here I am taking main method public static void main and strings aus, and then from here to here this is the scope of the class. Here I am initializing one variable int x equal to some 10, and here okay, uh, 10 is the value. 10 value I am initializing with the x variable. Okay, now here I am mentioning x plus plus x plus plus. Then what does it mean? X value increment by 1. X value x value x variable increment by 1. Increment by 1. Now if I try to print the x value, system dot out dot println the value of x. So here I am doing the concatenation. Value of x is here I am mentioning the variable name. Variable plus string is called concatenation. I am mentioning the x. Okay. If I run this program, how much the value should I get? 11. Okay, very good. Now I will do the again increment operator. Okay, so here also I would like to take system dot out dot println and the same approach. I would like to print the same statement here. Okay, so in this case, how much value should I get? 12. 12. Are you guys clear with my point? So plus plus meaning increment operator, variable increment by 1. Okay, increment by 1. So here I will get the value is 12, and here get I will get, once again guys, I'm stopping the notifications. Increment by 1, and here also x variable increment by 1. So the value become 12. Okay, this is with respect to increment. Now we'll try to understand with respect to decrement. X minus minus, and if I try to print the x value, then how much value should I get? 11. I can get the 11. I can get the 11. The same statement I am copying and again I am pasting here. Now how much value should I get? 10. 11, 10. Again I am copying the same statement and again I am pasting here. How much value should I get? 9. 11, 10, 9. Okay. I can run this file and then I will show you how which is giving the exact result or not. Open command prompt. Java C, the file name unary.java, and Java I can say Unary, value of 11, 12, 11, 10 and 9. This is clear or not? Yes. So after that, we can go ahead with the yeah. Now you guys clear with these two words, these two symbols, plus plus symbol and minus minus symbol. Okay. So again, increment. It is divided into again post increment and pre-increment. Post increment and pre-increment. Post increment and pre-increment. How we can write the programs by using the post and pre-increment? I will show you. I can use the MS Paint, and through that we'll try to understand. Through that, through that we'll try to understand. So that I will show you. Okay, we are discussing about unary operators. I'm increasing some font weight. Unary operators. Unary operators. So in that, basically we have two symbols. One is the plus plus operator, and the second one is the minus minus operator. Plus plus operator meaning increment by one. Plus plus operator meaning increment by one. Increment by one. And minus minus operating meaning decrement by one. Decrement by one. Again, decrement by one. Again, increment is divided into two categories. One is the post increment, and the second one is the pre increment. And in case of decrement also, it is divided into two groups, two categories. One is the post decrement, and the second one is the pre decrement. Pre decrement. Okay. So how we can write the programs with respect to post and pre? We'll try to understand. We'll try to understand. Guys, please concentrate. Please concentrate. So here I'm taking two variables. Int x equal to 10. What happens internally? What happens internally? X is the one container. X is the one container, and the container name is, I would like to mention X, and we assign the value 10. This is the internally happens. Okay. Now int y equal to x plus plus x plus plus. Now in this case, how we can write? Now in this case, first you can come to here. So which operator we used here? This is the increment operator. Which operator we used? Increment operator. This is the increment operator. Okay, very good. And this operator, where we used exactly? After the variable or before the variable? After the variable. If it is after the variable, then you can mention that is post. Then that is post increment. Are you guys clear with my point? So first step, you can see the statement. In that, you can see the operator is belong to which one? Increment or decrement? This is decrement. Okay, very good. Next up. So where does exactly the symbol is available? After the variable or before the variable? After the variable. If it is after the variable, then you can mention post increment. Then you can mention post increment. This is clear, right, everyone? Now, if it is post increment, then you have to remember one mantra. What is that mantra? The mantra is first assign the value and then increment. This is the mantra you guys you should be by heart. First assign the value, first assign the value, and then increment, and then increment, and then increment, and then increment. Now, y is the one container. I am taking y container. This is the y container, and where I can mention value name is container name is the y, and if it is the post increment, if it is the post increment, we can first assign the value. Okay, whatever x is holding, that value we are assigning to that y variable. Okay, and then increment. Which value we can increase? Which value, which variable can we increment by one? X value. Now x value will become 11. 11. This is clear or not? This is clear or not? So you can go with the stepwise. Step number one is you can find out the what exactly the symbol it is. The symbol it is increment. That is the step number one. Step number two, you can find out the symbol which is present after the variable or before the variable. So in this case, which is present after the variable. That is the step number two. You can recognize, identify which is belong to which one, like post increment or pre-decrement. Now this is belong to post increment. That is the step number two. And step number three, if it is post increment, then this is the step number three. First assign the value and then increment. This is the step number three. And after that, whatever x is holding that value, you can assign into the y, and x value increment by one. Final the value, it will become 11. This is clear or not? This is clear, right? Now same way, we'll try to understand with a few more examples. For example, here, int a equal to, I would like to take some 5. Next, int b equal to plus plus a. So in this case, so here what internally happens, one container got created. One container got created. The container name is A. 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 And we assign the value that is 5. Okay, next we have one more container. The container name is the B. We have one more container. The container name is the B. Container name is B. And now we can come to the rules. First, you can check operator. So this is the increment or decrement. This is the increment. This is increment. Okay, very good. And where we use that one, before the variable or after the variable? Before the variable. If it is before the variable, then you can write pre-increment. If it is the pre-increment, then you can remember one mantra. The mantra is first increment and then assign the value. First increment and first increment and then assign the value. This is the mantra you can remember. Okay, I will write the program and then I will show you programmatically. I will show you the same scenario programmatically. I am initializing two variables, x is equal to 10, y equal to x plus plus. The same program I am writing here. Okay, the same program I am writing here. This is the internal process. As a programmer, you should be have the knowledge how the internal process is working. Okay, you should have the knowledge on how internal process is working. Okay, now you can go ahead with the system.out.println. Here we can mention I am doing concatenation. Value of x is value of x is I can mention x value, and here also I can mention the value of y is oh, now you guys tell me what how much the value here. Initially x value is 10, that value it assigned to the y. Now the y value is 10 and x value is 11. X value is 11. Okay, the x value is 11. This is with respect to post increment. Now we'll try to understand int a equal to 5, and I can say int b equal to 4, and the same set of statement I am taking system dot out dot println, and here also same I am writing value of a is value of a is here I can mention like as a, and value of b is now the values are 6 5 6 5. Increment and then assign the value. Increment and assign the value 6 6 6. Increment and then assign the value 6 6. Here you can mention like a plus plus. This is the pre-increment. This is the pre-increment. Are you guys clear with my words? What I'm saying? I repeat one more time. Okay. So here what I'm doing, I'm initializing 5 value with a container. Okay, and here I'm mentioning operator. This is which operator? This is belong to increment. Where I use this one, before the variable or after the variable? Before the variable. If it is the before the variable, then we have the mantra. The mantra is first increment and then assign the value. First increment, I can say first increment and assign the value, and then assign the value. Assign value. Okay. Increment meaning it become 6, and it can assign the value to b variable, and the result will be 6 and 6, 6 and 6, and in this case 11 10, 11 10, and we'll compile and then we'll see how it will come. Go with that command prompt where actually mm, mm, the value of x is 11 and the value of y is 10 and the value of a is 6 and the value of b is 6. With respect to increment, clear or not? Clear or not? Clear. Okay, now we'll try to understand with respect to decrement. This is with respect to increment. This is with respect to increment. Now we'll try to understand with respect to decrement. With respect to decrement. So here I'm taking a few more variables which I mentioned. Into some variable I would like to take p equal to some 10 and into q equal to p minus minus and so here what the process happens internally. One container got created. The container name is p and we assign the value that is 10. Okay, this is clear. Next we can come to this statement and the symbol is decrement. The symbol is decrement and where the symbol exactly we used, before the variable or after the variable? After the variable. If it is after the variable, then you can say that is the post decrement. If it is the post decrement, then you can write, then you can say first assign the value, first assign the value, first assign the value, first assign the value, first assign the value and then decrement and then decrement. So based on that mantra, here we have one more container. The container name is we can say q and assign the value meaning the same value we assign to here. Decrement meaning 10 become 9. 10 become 9. So one value can be decrement. One value can be decrement. Okay, this is with respect to post decrement, and we'll try to understand one more example with respect to here I mentioned int m equal to some 10 value and int n equal to minus minus m. And what happens internally? One container got created. The container name is one container got created. The container name is m. The value is 10. Okay, this is okay, very good. Next one more container got created. This is the container and now you can come to here. The symbol is decrement. Okay, the symbol is decrement. Okay, very good. And where we use that one, before the variable or after the variable? Before the variable. If it is before the variable, then you can say pre-decrement. Then you can say pre-decrement. If it is the pre-decrement, then you can remember the mantra. The mantra is first decrement and then assign the value. First decrement and assign the value. First decrement and then assign the value and then assign. Okay, decrement meaning 10 become 9 and this value also holding 9, 9 comma 9. So this is with respect to pre-decrement. The same scenario I can write the programmatically. I will show you. You will get the better idea on that. Here I would like to take int p equal to some 10 and I can say int q equal to p minus minus. If it is the p minus minus, You can tell me the answer in this case. Here I am mentioning the value of this is the P, and here I mention as P, and here I mention as Q. Okay. Uh, value is value is 9. Value is 9 and 10. Okay. Next up, PQ is okay. Very good. Next we can go ahead with int m equal to yeah, int m equal to some value I'm taking 5, and int n equal to minus minus m, and here I'm taking the print statement, and then I can mention m, and here also I can mention m, and here I can mention n, and here n. So in this case, what is the answer? Decrement by 1, 4, and then that value it assigned to n variable. The value we will be get here, the value is 4 4. Okay, this is the program with respect to unary operators. Java C unary.java, and we can compile the file. So this is the program. This is clear or not? Anyone have any confusion in this case? Can you see all of you guys 5 minutes the same program? And if you guys any queries, please let me know. All of you, please go through that program 5 minutes.
So once again explain the decrement, sir.
Okay, guys, any queries? Guys, online people, any queries?
Sir, can you explain the decrement, sir, once again?
No? decrement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, so here this is the program, and 10 is the value. That value I assign to p variable. And what is the like what happens internally? One container got created. The container name is the p, and the value is 10. This is this is the state. This is the statement number one. And in the second statement, what happens actually? And one more container got created, and the container name is q. Container name is the q. Okay. And here this is the symbol is increment or decrement. The symbol is decrement. If it is the where the symbol is available after the variable, if it is the after the variable, then you can say post decrement. This is this is post decrement. This is post decrement. Post decrement. If it is post decrement, then you can remember one mantra. What is that mantra? Is assign the value. First assign the value. First assign the value. First assign and then decrement. Then decrement. Okay. So first whatever the p is holding, that value we are assigning to the q. So that is the reason. First assign the value. First assign the value. Hmm. First assign the value. 10 value we are assigning to q. So that is the reason we have the value q is 10. And after assignment is completed, then it can be decrement by 1. Now the final x value is 9. That is the reason behind it. Okay. This is with respect to post decrement. Now we'll try to understand with respect to pre-decrement. Two containers got created. Two containers got created. One container name is m, and the value is 5. The value is 5. And next one more container we have. The container is n, and the symbol is decrement, and if we, where which is available before the variable. If it is before the variable, then that is pre-decrement. Pre-decrement. I can say pre-decrement. If it is the pre-decrement, then you can remember one mantra. The mantra is first decrement, and then assign value. Decrement, then assign value, and then assign. Uh, Decrement meaning this will become 4. That value we assign to this variable. That's it. This is 4, and finally we get the value as 4 and 4. 4 and 4. I hope this is clear, everyone, right? I hope this is clear, everyone, right? And people clear,
Yes.
it's clear. Online people, it's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, this is with respect to operators. In the operators concept, we discussed about the arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, ternary operators, new operator, dot operator, unary operator. So this is all about operators. Next, we can start the concept with, that is conditional statements. Conditional statements. Conditional statements. So what is the purpose of conditional statements? Conditional statements are used to The main purpose of conditional statement is conditional statements are used to conditional statements are used to execute the set of statements execute the statements based on the conditions execute the statements based on the based on the condition based on the condition. Okay, conditional statements are used to execute the statements based on the conditional. So conditional statements are evaluate boolean expressions. Conditional statements evaluate boolean expressions. Boolean expressions boolean expressions meaning, so based on the condition that might be the true or false. Okay, so conditional statements evaluate the boolean expression. So in the conditional statement there are total, we have the five. Simple if, next we have if else, and after that we have if else if, next we have nested if, and after that we have switch case switch case. Okay, we'll go ahead with one by one. Simple if, simple if. So here the conditional statement example is based on the condition. We can make the decisions. For example, there is a vehicle, like there is a car, where I can mention there is a car, and if you want to ride your car, and your car should have the fuel. If the car have the fuel, then you can make the a successful ride. This is the car. Okay, if the car have the fuel is the condition. Okay, so if the car have the fuel, then you can make the successful ride. You can make the ride, and if not, you cannot make a successful ride. No ride. Okay, no ride, no ride. Are you guys clear with my words? This is the condition. This is the condition. This is the condition. Okay, this is condition. This is condition. Based on the condition, we are making the decisions. Car have the fuel. If the car have the fuel, then we can make the successful ride. If the car does not have the ride, then we cannot make the successful ride. So this is the one example. Not only one example. Like this, we can do a multiple programs. Okay, so first we can go ahead with the one by one. Simple if. Simple if meaning which is used to which is used to execute the statements execute the statements only the condition is true. Execute the statements only the condition is true. Execute the statements only the condition is true. Syntax for simple if is, syntax for simple if is the predefined keyword, and from here to here this is the scope of the if block, and inside we will write the condition. 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 We have the flow diagram as well, that we can go ahead with the paint, and then here we'll try to understand the flow diagram of it. The flow diagram for the simple if is, so where the program has started here. The program has started. Program started. Check the condition. If the condition is true, it can execute the few set of statements. And next, finally, the program got terminated. This is the flow diagram for simple if. Flow diagram. Put a heading flow diagram for simple if, and then you can draw this diagram. The program start here. Program start and check the condition. This is the condition. Condition. Based on the condition, it can execute the statements. The condition only true concern. Only true concern. If the condition is true, then only it can execute the statements. Then only it can execute the statements. After execution is completed, then finally the control got terminated. The program got ended. The program got ended. Program starts here and the program ends here. So this is the diagram for simple if. Any questions anyone? So I can write a program on it and then I will show you how the program will work. Okay. Now I can go ahead with that location, and here I can take the class name like a simple if or anything. I will take the class name as simple if. I'm taking simple if dot java. Okay, and now you can open the file. Public class. The file name is simple if. From here to here, this is the scope of the class, and here you can write the main method public static void main method, and you can write string alts, and from here to here this is the scope of the class. We are discussing about simple if. Simple if meaning if is the predefined keyword. Any predefined keyword in the Java, all characters should be in the lower case. Don't confuse, okay? So if is the predefined keyword, and inside I am writing some. Here I am taking some condition. The condition is anything you can take. You can take like this also, 10 divided 10 less than 100. So this is the condition or not? This is also condition. Okay, like that you can take any number of conditions. We already discussed about the operator side. You know already, logical operators, all the operators, you know. Any operator you can take here, and you can take the decisions, and then you can write the program. For example, here what I am doing, int x equal to some 10. I am taking like this, and here what I am mentioning, x less than 100. The condition is satisfied or no? Yes, satisfied. If the condition is satisfied, here I will take one simple associate. But actually, in the real time, we will write some business logic. Okay, business logic we will write. So only the basically we are saying system dot out dot println the value of x is the value of x is the value of x is less than 100, less than 100, and I can save this file, and then I can wherever the file location will be there, I can go to that location, open command prompt, java c simple if dot. This is clear or not? X is less than 100. This is clear. This is with respect to only positive scenario. And what happens with respect to negative scenario? Negative scenario is this is only the condition is true. And if the condition is, if you want to take the both positive and negative, then you can go ahead with the if else. So if else, if is the predefined keyword, else is also predefined keyword. So here the purpose of if else is, which is used to execute the statements both the positive and negative concerns. Execute. execute the statements in both positive and positive and positive and positive and negative concerns. Negative concerns. Okay, the syntax is if we'll write the condition and else, and this is the block. Flow diagram for this one is I'm writing the flow diagram. So the flow diagram for if else, very easy programs, guys, very easy programs. Okay, okay, so program start here. Okay, check the condition. Condition is true. If the condition is true, it will execute a set of statements inside if block. This is the if block, and if the condition is false, this is false block. I would say else block. This is else block. The statements will be execute, and the controller got, in this case the controller will come and it will execute the statements, and the controller got terminated, and in this case the control will come here, and finally the controller got terminated. So this is with respect to both the positive and negative scenario. Both positive and negative scenario. So here you can see here where actually I wrote the some program. If the condition is, for example, here I am taking some 9. The condition is true or not? Not. If not, if I run this one, it won't display anything. But I want to display something. Take else keyword. Inside you can mention the message is the value of x is not less than the value of x is, this is less than what we are checking the condition. uh, the value of x is not less than 9, not less than 9. Okay, so that's it. The same program, I am saving this program and then I can run and compare. In the line number 50, clear, this is clear with respect to simple if. Next we have the if else if. If else if, when we will go with the if else if, when we have the multiple conditions. Let us assume there is a person, the person has written the exam, and finally he got the results should be like this. uh, where I want to, I would say, So if the student based on their marks, we can validate the grades. How we can validate the grades? Like for example, if the person got the score in between 75 to 100, then we can display he passed as distinction. He passed a distinction. And if the person has the score in between some 65 to 75, 65 to 75, 65 to 75, then you should display first class. First class. Okay, 65 to 75. And next some 35 or 40, 40 to some 65, he got second class, second class, second class. And 0 to 40, 0 to 40, study well, study well. We need to study well. So you can see here there are multiple conditions. This is the one condition. We need to validate the condition, and then only can display the message, that is the distinction. And this is the second condition, third condition, and fourth condition. So this is the scenario. I took four conditions. You can take a number of conditions. You can take a number of conditions. You can take a number of conditions. So based on this, I can write a program and you will get the better data. The class name is, the file name is if else if. So here I am writing the condition. The condition is, first I am taking if block, and here there are four conditions. The same program I am writing here. What we discussed here theoretically, the same program I am writing here. There are total four conditions. Condition number one, number two, and number three, and number four. There are four conditions. So I am coming to here, and here also I am taking four conditions. Else if, and here we can take the one condition, and again we have the one more condition, else if, and this is the scope of the this one, and again we have the else if. From here to here, this is the scope of the else if. Now here I am taking the value. The value is int marks, and here I am writing the condition is marks variable less than, greater than 75, and then operator, and marks less than or equal to 100. Then I need to display the message is system.out.println, and he got a distinction. He got distinction, and same way, here the condition is marks greater than 65, and then operator, and marks less than equal to 75. Okay, so now I can take sysout statement system dot out dot println. He got a second class. He got first class. And same way, here also can write the same program. Less than 40 and then operator marks less than, here greater than 40 and marks less than 65. This is the second class. He got second class. System dot out dot println, and he got second class. He got second class. Same way can take next condition as well. Marks less than 40, greater than 0, and then operator marks less than or equal to 40. Then you should display the message is system dot out dot println, here you can display the message is he need to study well. He need to study well. This is the program. Okay, now I can save the file, and here I'm uh, int marks equal to, I'm doing the hard coding 80. Now where actually open command prompt, somewhere we made the mistakes. Where are the mistakes? Line number 3, publish static. This the spelling mistake is the one error, and second error is line number 15. We need to mention colon, and line number 21. Go to those and resolve one by one. If else if this is okay, and next the error where exactly,
What class, sir?
line number 15, right? Java if else if, he got distinction. Okay, and if I change the value some 60, this is the hard coding. These values you can read by using scanner class also, that you can try. Okay, I'm saving this one, and here I'm Java C if else if, and he got second class. Okay, so doing instead of doing hard coding, we can take the values from dynamically. You can take the values from dynamically. You can take the values from dynamically. So today you can practice the programs up to if else if. So the remaining will be continued tomorrow. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Online guys, please share your names. Please do the assignments and then share in the groups. Assignments are mandatory. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Please share your names on the chat box.